It's all right. Now you know the destination of that person. Also, there is a spiritual process. On the floor, right? You take the grains and make a powder. That's the flour. Make a powder and leave a lamp, and then in those 10 days after the person leaves, you get a footmark of which life they are taking. So it could be a bird or an animal or a human.
Okay, so on the same topic, does the time and date also defines the next birth? Like somebody is dying on the Purnima
Chart like
Ekadasi.
that, there is a death chart also. Many astrologers don't support it in the sense that they don't want to talk about it. But if you find the right astrologer, they will tell you the death chart also. The good news is we can take charge of our destiny, not depend on the astrology. Our spiritual authority, Harivilas Maharaj, was a palmist. He could look at the palm and tell what is going to happen. Once he learned by chanting Hare Krishna, you can change. Because chanting Hare Krishna is a akarma process. By chanting Hare Krishna, you can change your destiny. He said, why do I need to follow astrology? Because I can change my lines now. When we clap in the kirtan, our lines change. And how if there's a tree outside, there are birds sitting on that. When we chant and clap, what happens? The birds will fly away, right? Like that, the sins fly away. So that is the power. The powerful process of chanting we are going to learn today. Feel the inner peace and joy. Yes, please. Next. Which video is prominent today? This. Ah. Right, sound vibration. We have seen revolutions happen because there is a powerful person who stand on a stage and he will say something so inspiring. The masses get riled up, and then what happens? Change of governments, change of cultures, revolutions, right? China, in its the process of establishing the communism, or even Russia, in the process of establishing the communism, few million people died. But somebody wrote a book, somebody put out a thought, and that thought was propagated by powerful speeches. So the power of sound is says that after you meet with some people, you feel energized. And after meeting with some people, you feel drained. Right? If you are in that situation, let me know after the class, I will give you a way to protect. But in the class also, I'll give you a way to protect. Okay, so sound matters, yes. Some people are sensitive to the sound. Means they can't tolerate any noise, background noise. The things has to be like perfectly in order. So next. So some of the examples. There is a tribe, Adivasi tribe. It is said it's a folklore. Um, when they want to take a tree down, and those trees are huge and very strong, Solomon Islands, you can look it up. They every day get together, go around the tree, and they shout curses to the tree. They're saying bad words to the tree. After a month-long process of only giving bad words to the tree itself says, okay, I will only die. I don't want so much of. So people saying bad things about us or to us are slowly basically taking our life energy away. That is why we have to protect ourselves. Right? And then there are experiments done on even water. With good music, the water creates crystal type of nice structures. If you watch carefully, if you if this bad music also, there are bad waves created in the water. It is reflected on plants. The plants reflect the good music versus bad music. Animals reflect the good music versus the cows give more milk if you give them good music, good classical music. If you give them the music that people do after drugs and all that, rap and whatever, that may not produce more milk. So the sound has effect. Just a family member waking up, or even a devotee in the congregation or a friend coming to you and giving you a word of compliment makes your day. And the same person coming and saying something nasty, it destroys your day also. Yes. One sentence is enough to make your day or break your day. That is the power of the sound. Next. So what is mantra? You have heard of mantra? Sanskrit word everybody has. Man means mind. Tra is the, what do you call it? Dhatu. That is to do with protection, defense. Like Kshatriya. So there is Tra in the Kshatriya. What do Kshatriyas do? They are supposed to protect. Yes. So mantra means basically protecting our mind. And our mind is so powerful. Why? It is a very powerful database that has two things. What are the two things? One is it has memories from the past. So the mind decides which memory to invoke, right? Say somebody insults me today. It may also remind me of other 50 insults from the past. It becomes intolerable. Yes. So mind is very powerful, good or bad ways. Mind is a friend, very good idea. Like mind is in control and mind will help you do right things at the right time. Wake up at right time, do your duties the right way, be controlled, be respectful, and get all the victory and prosperity that comes with a stable mind. The same mind, when disturbed in a given meeting or in an important conversation, you say one thing wrong. End of the career, end of the family life. So mind in control or out of control matters. Yes. The mantra helps us manage the mind better. Mind comes on our side. It is not our enemy anymore. Otherwise, the mind is so tricky that in college, when we are preparing for the exams, the mind will remind us of the movie. And when we are in the movie theater, the mind will remind us of the exams. So it will not let us enjoy work either. Right? That's the mind. In 1 minute, the mind is here. The second minute, the mind is in India. It's crazy how we get 60,000 thoughts every day. 90%, 99% are repeating it. No use. Okay, so we do need to get our mind under control. And that is why people say, are you out of your mind? Yes, have you heard of that? Now, have you touched your mind? Have you seen your mind? Anybody has doubt over here, mind exists. Right? So there are two ways to chant. One is personal chanting, and second is group chanting. Next. Now, what are scriptures talking about? Because the good news is we learned three ways to learn anything. Pratyaksha Praman, which is direct observation. Second is Anuman, which is logic. And third was the word of the authority. What is the word of the authority? The mom says, hey child, this is your father. That is the word of the authority. A wife says, hey husband, coffee is on the third floor next to the microwave. That is the word of the authority. So based on the authority, if you have an architect on your project who exactly knows what is going on, the architect says, this is the right thing to do. That is the word of the authority. The rest of the team will follow. Even management will follow. Right? It may fail, the architect may get fired, but that is the word of the authority until it is proven otherwise. Okay. So in the four yugas, now first, anyone knows which yuga is how long? Kali Yuga is 432,000 years long. How much? Ah, 4,32,000. We are 5,000 years into Kali Yuga. Since Lord Sri Krishna left, Kali Yuga started, Dwapar Yuga ended, and we are in the first 5,000 years. Now, today you may see people behaving in the society in a very different way than 100 years back. Right? LGBTQ has become very prominent. Men and women are both out and they may dress interchangeably. Men may dress like women and women may dress like men. Sometimes they just transform into each other, saying that, no, I want to become a woman, I want to become a man. So society is kind of losing its originality. If somebody said 100 years back, this is how it is going to happen, people would not believe it. Women used to do what women used to do, and men used to do what men used to do. So the society was very clear on what they are supposed to do, and there were no other LGBTQ plus options to go play. So that means, by the way, in India there is this they dedicate those children, LGBTQ children, to the mandir, right? And they They become a third society. Uh, so the question is, 100 years back it was difficult to predict. 5,000 years back, Srimad Bhagavatam is written, and Srimad Bhagavatam says, in Kali Yuga, men and women will behave alike. It is happening now, right? Even 100 years back, only 100 years back, like until year 1900 or something, you can look it up. American women did not have rights to vote. Few years back, European countries, women didn't have. They thought woman does not have soul. Can you imagine this? So, and now today, they are behaving like equals. But 5,000 years back, Srimad Bhagavatam says, men and women in Kali Yuga behave equally. Not only that, there is a lot of information given in this Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, about how people in Kali Yuga will behave. And if you read that, on one hand, you'll be astonished. My God, how could somebody write it like 5,000 years back? Because it is the word of the God, and God is Kalosmi, I am time, knows what is going to happen, and gives us a clear warning ahead. What is Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga is so dangerous that I can't even tell you everything in front of Sani. So I will send you a link. You read from Srimad Bhagavatam what Kali Yuga is going to look like. It is going to get worse. That a few things I can share with you. It is going to get worse. What is the first sign of Kali Yuga? We cannot trust each other. Siblings cannot trust siblings. Parents cannot trust children. Children cannot trust parent. There is a fight every time, quibbling every time. Nobody can trust nobody. As a result, the whole society is behaving like dogs fighting for food. Ha, 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 I want this, I want this, I want this. Somehow we want, I want your land, I want your land. I want your arms, I want your weapons, I want your natural minerals. Everybody is fighting, fighting, and fighting. And that is because it is Kali Yuga, and in Kali Yuga, nobody can trust nobody. It is said in Kali Yuga, when the Ghor Kali Yuga begins, which is next 10,000 years, this spiritual process will run. After that, Ghor Kali Yuga begins. When Ghor Kali Yuga begins, it will be very difficult to openly practice spirituality in society. If you really want to practice, you have to go to jungle, hide, and do it. So it will be a private society. Now, the good news and bad news is in Kali Yuga, whatever you see today as a problems in isolation will become the mainstream problems tomorrow. Today, certain countries you go, you cannot practice spirituality openly. Yes? So it is happening in pockets. In future, it will become en masse. Today, if you see, okay, knowledge, intelligence, height, strength, length of life, everything will become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller in Kali Yuga. There will come a time a child is born, grows up, has family, children are produces, becomes old and dies, all in the span of 20 years. And people will say, he lived a grand life. 20 years. So today we see average lifespan is God knows less than 100, yes, 80, 90. Before Kali Yuga, it was 10 times more. In Kali Yuga, it is supposed to be 125 years if you follow yoga properly. Yoga and Ayurveda, 125 years we can live now. Dwapar Yuga, it was 10 times more. Treta Yuga was before that. It was 10 times more Dwapar Yuga. And keep going back. Satya Yuga, people could live 100,000 years. So in that 100,000 years, when Vishwamitra Muni did 65,000 years in Tapascharya, today's crowd says, how is it possible? A mythology. Arey Baba, people lived like that. They lived longer life. They were taller and bigger and healthier and more intelligent, and they could live longer. So Kali Yuga means everything goes slowly downhill. So Dwapar Yuga is twice the size of Kali Yuga, 432,000 into 2. Before that is Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga is 3 times the size of Kali Yuga. And Satya Yuga is 4 times the size of Kali Yuga. When this is together, it is called as Divya Yuga. And then there is Divya Yuga, and then you combine multiple Divya Yugas, there is another term for that. And like that, we have a timeline that goes from Nimisha, like what it takes to bat your eyelid, and a sub part of that. So Vedic timeline goes down to what it takes to bat your eyelid. And below that, two very high numbers. This is Brahma's life and existence of Brahman. Okay. So every yuga, because the timeline is so long, there is a recommended spiritual process in that area. So in the Satya Yuga, meditation on the super soul was prominent. A lot of people had long life. Mother Nature was so peaceful and helping. You didn't have to work hard to make your living. The fruits would be naturally there on the trees and it would rain nicely. So everything was, nature was abundant. There was no shortage. You can just walk in the jungle, eat fruits, you'll be happy. Right? Some roots, some fruits. So that was Satya Yuga. People used to speak truth and live the life of dharma, do the meditation, go back. Some point in time we were also part of the Satya Yuga. But have you heard of ATKT or some people enter the engineering, but coming out is college responsibility. They don't want to pass only, they keep bumping. Like that. We did not go back in Satya Yuga. Then comes Treta Yuga. In Treta Yuga, the primary process was sacrifices, the home yajna. So the amount of energy it takes, wealth it takes to arrange a real sacrifice, like Ashwamedha Yajna or other yajnas. Pandavas, even after winning the war, came to Krishna saying that Krishna, funding problem. How do we do a sacrifice? Right? They're not looting the earth and all that. So they're like, how do we? So Krishna said, okay, please go up north at certain location. You'll find a mountain full of gold. Bring that gold and use that for the yajna. Now, anybody over here has a mountain full of gold? We can do yajna, right? So Pandavas went over there and they actually found it. What, and you know how it came from? It asked Krishna, Krishna, mountain full of gold out of nowhere? How is it? It's a long, long time back. There was a yajna done. And when the yajna was performed, all the brahmanas and all the rishis who came over there, they were given the gifts in the gold. They received the gold out of etiquette. You cannot refuse a gift. But they said, wherever we are also it is perfect. We don't need this gold. Why do carry it hundreds of miles away? Leave it there. So they all left the gold there only, received respectfully, but left it there only. Now the host said, I have lifted it, I cannot touch it. And the guests are saying, I'm not going to carry this. So it is left like that. It was left alone, claimed by nobody. Pandavas were ruling the whole earth, so whole earth belongs to them technically. So they received that gold and they performed the yajna. It is that hard. So when we invite a brahmana to do a half an hour ceremony and give $50, just know that we are doing a very subdued process. Very subdued process. And again, the brahmanas are not able to pronounce all the mantras it takes for multiple days and weeks to complete that ceremony. The older times, they would say Ashwamedha Yajna, they would cut an old horse, put it into the fire, and when the mantras are said perfectly for multiple days, a young horse, the body of that soul, the soul would come back in a younger horse body again, which is the litmus test that all mantras were said properly. If they failed a mantra in one syllable, then the horse is dead, right? Now what to do with that horse meat? So in Kali Yuga, people kept doing the yajnas, but now it was not coming back alive. So they would just distribute the meat. That becomes the Kali Yuga yajna. That is why it is not recommended, because we do not have the people who can say the pure mantras, which is like a technical science, to show that yes, mantra is complete, your sankalpa is complete, and whatever you desired will, like Lord Ram, Dashratha did the yajna. The yajna devata came out and gave the prasadam and said, give it to your queens and you will have children. Correct? Have you recently seen any yajna Purusha coming out of there? Or Lord Vishnu coming and giving darshan? Not seen it. Why? Because we don't have the type of brahmanas who can start the mantra agni. Means say the mantra such that the fire will light itself. Where is the matchbox? Where is the lighter? Please switch off the fire alarm. No? That's where we are. So every yuga has a prominent process that we are supposed to know. That it is the process from the previous yuga. You can do it for your satisfaction. We do it for the weddings and all that. But just know that this is not the season. Yes. Like in this season, if you come on a banyan and still walk on the road, You know, it's not the season. So cold season, you have to wear 3 layers, be protected. So if you're out of season, you are not happy. Dwapar Yuga. So Satya Yuga first, Treta Yuga second, Dwapar Yuga third, and then the Kali Yuga. Here, the deity worship was prominent, very elaborate, very prominent. Now, even today, the Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya does elaborate deity worship. And what even ISKCON follows is also elaborate from normal standards, but it is not as elaborate as described in the scriptures because we are in Kali Yuga. See, in Kali Yuga, we're following, a, think of it like MVP. What is MVP?
Most valuable product.
Yes. So the process we're following is MVP. Why? Because the real season is Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, because we don't have the gold full of mountain, we don't have ability to sit for tapasya 65,000 years. We don't have what it takes to do the deity worship also. So what do we do? What is free? What is easy? Which is something you can do in parallel to everything else? Chanting God's name. So Lord is very merciful. Like in India, anybody from Bihar? Is there an open book system we have heard of? In exam, open book exams also happen.
Yeah, might be happening in the rural area.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So I saw the best video. Parents are cluttering. It may not be Bihar, it may be some other state. It could be Maharashtra. Parents are crowding
I'm not
around the school to pass on cheats to the students, their children, about the question answers. And the SRPF type of soldiers are protecting the school, saying, no, you cannot come inside. It's like it takes guns and security so that parents will not help children cheat. And now in Maharashtra, I think schools, teachers, principal, village, everybody is united. Huh? Will improve the results of the school. But then there are flying squads which come in. And the flying squads come in, then they will go and immediately check who is doing what, and they will do things, right? They'll catch people red-handed and all that. What are parents doing outside, families and parents? When they see the flying squads coming, they all start shouting. Everybody knows flying squad is here. Everybody drops their chits. It is like en masse copying. Okay. So the whole point is we are in Kali Yuga. We cannot remember mantras. We cannot do long tapascharyas. Our mind is out of control. One moment it is here, one moment it is there. You tell me your phone numbers. I have to ask 3 times to write it down. OTP comes on the phone. Four digits, 6 digits. Right? Seeing 3 times. Yeah. Right? That is the Kali Yuga. Our mind is fickle. Okay. So next, any questions on the yugas? The height, the wealth, everything was higher, yuga by yuga, and it is going down, down, and down. Yeah.
So I have one question.
Yeah. So all religions are also talking about calling out a spiritual name to enhance their spiritual life. Everybody has the same process. Names used could be different. But there is an idea of I will repeat something so that I can focus my mind. The power of now. Power of now is I don't want to be in the past. I don't want to be in future. I want to be in the present moment. And in that present moment, meditation is all about being in the present moment so that you can focus your mind. Now your mind is focused. What do you do? It's like, okay, I got $1,000,000. What do I do now? Then offer it in the remembrance of the Lordships. If you remember God with focused mind, that is the idea. Otherwise, you focus your mind. Now what? Right? You got nice record there. Now what? Next thing has to happen. Where do you offer it? That is to Lordships. Okay. Yes, sir. You have a question.
So that's fine. I will discuss personally.
Okay. Next. Okay. What is Sanatan Dharma? We keep saying, I'm a Sanatani, I'm a Sanatani. You must have seen that on internet. What is Sanatan? Because we don't attend device classes, people like Zakir Naik can take us for a ride in big meetings. Hindus go and open their mouth or microphone And they say Namaste, and now they cannot explain what is Namaste. You see that? We have to go little deeper than where we are. Sanatan is forever. Sanatan means forever, eternal. Does our religion have a start date? Nobody knows. Kashi is a city that exists forever. We do not know where it started also. So our religion is a culture. It's not a religion. It's a culture that exists forever. And what is dharma? Dharma means very fundamental quality that is not separable from me. Right? If I say I'm a Hindu, tomorrow I change my religion, am I not Hindu anymore? Then it is not dharma. Dharma means your nature. Nature so close to me that I cannot separate it. So a language, I can adapt another language. If I'm a man, I can become a woman. So none of these are trying to anything that is changeable is not your dharma. So what is dharma? Dharma is sugar is sweet. So if it may look like sugar, but if it is not sweet, is it sugar? It may be salt. Okay, salt. If it is salt, it has to be salty. If it is not salty, is it salt? If it is not solid, can you call it ice? If it is not flowing, it may look like water. Is it water? So, सच घटे या बढ़े सच न रहे झूठ की कोई पता न रहे truth change it a little bit it is not truth anymore but lie has no validity no litmus test it is by itself like whatever it is right so our original dharma is to serve as a result you see a mother serves the baby that is just born. What does the baby do? Every half an hour, what does the baby do? Hungry, cry, 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 cry. And mom says, okay, okay. The mom will follow formula. First, the mom will check, is the baby hungry? And the baby is not hungry, well fed just now, given milk, okay. Then, is the diaper wet? Check the diaper. Okay, diaper is also clean. If it is not clean, clean it. Still the baby is crying. Is the baby cold? Maybe the baby is cold. Give the right level of temperature and all that. None of that. Okay, just pat, pat, pat. When you put the baby on your chest, what happens? The baby is used to the heartbeat rhythm, the sound of heartbeat. So baby remembers, oh, this is normal to me. Okay, okay. And they calm down with mommy only. Other people say, baby, come to me, baby, come to me. Baby's like, ah, crying even louder. Now, what does this mother get? Already gone through a huge pregnancy cycle. Health is dwindling. Family politics, 90% of the time is still on. And the baby, first it looks ugly. No newborn baby is really cute. You can tell me that it is cute, but that is mother's slow. They're like, looking like an alien actually. They're doing hands like this. So we call it cute because everybody says cute. If I say it is not cute, then what will people say? Okay, it is cute. Okay, after 1 or 2 years, when they start talking, maybe you can say it is cute again. Yes, Sunny? So now the mother is suffering. She risked her life for the baby. And every half an hour, the baby wakes up. So can you imagine? If you go through sleep deprivation for 1 month, you will know what I'm talking about. The mother goes through that. Now, is somebody paying the mother for that? No. And some mothers are having babies after babies after babies. So it is the service out of love mother is offering to the baby. This is closest that comes to the real love in this world. It comes closest. Correct? Every other relationship is a give and take. You do something for me, I'll do something for you. You give me something, I'll give you something. Yes? Every other relationship is kind of a give and take relationship. It can break, it can go up, it can go down. So dharma originally means wanting to serve. The soul's innate nature is to serve somebody else, something else. That is why people go and save the penguins. They will go and save the rare species of life. They'll go and save somebody going through genocide. They'll go and save, I want to save women, I want to save children, I want to save people with AIDS, I want to save Africa, save this, save that. How many non-profits are there in this world?
Oh my God.
Unlimited number of non-profits. Where they're coming from? They are coming from the inner feeling that I want to do something of service. So service is most intrinsic to our existence. Now, in the Hyde Park in the New York, a billionaire is walking with his dog in the morning, and what the dogs do when they go for a walk, they lift their tail and plop something. Yes. Now this gentleman is carrying a glove. He'll be like, as if he got Grammy Award or something. He will look nicely and put the glove, right, and say, Tommy, Tommy. And then he will lift that cake and very carefully, as if it's the art of work, a work of art, he will take that dog poop, tie it so gently and nicely, as if again it is like a museum piece, put it in nice container that he has. And now he will start walking again as if that's the best thing he has done. Now, what does the dog do for the owner? Other than loyalty, what does the dog do? Just loyalty, right? The dog is allergic, right? But the owner is serving the dog. Yes? So see, people who do not have family, they do not have children, still have a dog and feel good. That I can serve my dog and now I feel the reciprocation. Because the happiness comes from soul. The happiness cannot come from matter. They cannot only play video games and be happy with that. Video games also became more popular after other people are playing on the other side. When you are playing with yourself, it was not so much fun. But when the other people are playing on the internet, on the other side, winning, losing, all those points, making gangs, okay, now there is more fun. So, service is most fundamental to our Sanatan Dharma. And now you have a big choice. You can serve the dog at the point of death. You remember the dog and you become the dog. Or flip it around, you can serve God and go back to the Godhead. Choice is whose? How many dogs we have? Pet dogs around us. Unlimited. So a cousin of mine, and I beg forgiveness right there in case he's watching. He had a dog and the dog died. And this brother of mine went into depression. Because the dog was so nice, he went into depression and took up spiritual life, saying that life is so uncertain. I need something more permanent. And he took up the spiritual life actually. So service is very intrinsic. That's why we are always trying to find something or someone to serve. The object choice of whom we serve really decides what is our future. Yes. So you have to really decide what am I serving in life. Because as a human being, the first thing is you have to serve something more than you, higher than you, different than you. Then it is service. Okay. So what is recommended? Repetition of holy names. Next. How will we do? Okay. All right. So let's see how fast we can go, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Sodasakam, Namna, Kali Kalmasha Nasanam, Nataha Paranto Paya Sarva Vedeshu Drishtaye. After searching through all the Vedic literature, one cannot find a method of religion more sublime for this age than the chanting of Hare Krishna. Where it is said, Kali Santaran Upanishad. What is Santaran? Anybody knows? Enough Hindi even to know what is Santaran. Taran Talav Suna. Swimming pool. So Santaran means swimming. Now where are you swimming? In the Kali Yuga. Why? Where? In the Bhavasagara. What is Bhavasagara? This whole existence is seen like a Bhavasagara, where you are trying to swim across this Bhavasagara to get your liberation. So in Kali Yuga, when you are trying to swim in this Bhavasagara to get out of here, what is the easiest thing to do? Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then in Brahmananda Purana, the Nama Sankirtana of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the complete revelation of all spiritual reality. Wow. In one place it was said, maybe it was spelling mistake. Now another book also it is said the same thing. Next. कलेर दोषा निधे राजम अस्ति ही एको महान गुना कीर्तनाद एव कृष्णस्य मुक्त संगः परम रजेत. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from the material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom, where it is said, Srimad Bhagavatam. What is the power of Srimad Bhagavatam? It is hat-trick incarnation of Krishna. How is the hat-trick incarnation of Krishna? Well, it is written by who? Right? Vyasadeva, who is incarnation of Krishna. And the book talks about who? Is Krishna again. All the Krishna Leelas that we have heard of are part of the 10th Khanda or canto. So, right from birth, all Leelas of Krishna are described in the 10th canto, which are also repeated as in the story form, the Krishna book, which is available in ISKCON. Do you have a Krishna book at home? Son? So now you get a Krishna book and read the stories every night. That is the 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, why did I say hat-trick? Hat-trick means 3 times, right? The book itself is incarnation of Krishna. The Srimad Bhagavatam enters our home, Lord Shiva has entered. Even when you bring a deity or a murti at home, you have to go through an installation process, a prana pratishtha. But if Srimad Bhagavatam comes, day one, it is Krishna. It will change the energies in your house. So it is extremely important to have Srimad Bhagavatam copies at your home. Who would like to have a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam at their home? We can bring it. Raise your hand. I want a Srimad Bhagavatam at my home. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4 or 2? 2. Okay. Anybody else?
I have one at home.
3, 4. You have it or you want it? Want it? Awesome. All right. 4 copies. Please make a note. He has Srimad Bhagavatam by heart. I'm not asking. Okay. So in the book, what it said that it is full of faults. I explained you a tinge of faults already. There are more faults. Okay. It is that simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from all material bondage and be promoted to the transcript. That is the good thing, right? Asti hi eko mahan guna. Although Kali Yuga is bad, there is one thing that is really good about Kali Yuga is just by chanting God's name, you can go back. That is why the devatas, which are living a higher and better life in Swarga, they have access to better scriptures. But they pray, let me be born in Bharatvarsha, means earth, in Kali Yuga. Why? Just by chanting Krishna's names, I can just go back. So the fastest and the easiest way to go back in the whole existence and in the whole time is to be born in Bharatvarsha, means earth, and in Kali Yuga, because all things are so bad, it's like an open book policy. Just by entering the classroom, you are successful. You are already earning the akarma credits just by coming over here and listening to the message and eating nice prasadam that is offered to the Lord. Already you are accumulating so many good credits that the minimum thing that happens at the point of death, minimum, anybody coming to device classes for, my friend told me this, that, just by attending a little bit, we earn some Swarga credits. So minimum Swarga guaranteed. Minimum. Bhagavad Gita 6th chapter. I'm not making up. So in the age of Kali, people should simply chant the holy names of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Narayan Samhita. Next. Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama Eva Kevalam. Kalau Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Nasti Eva, Katir Anyata. When something is repeated 3 times in scripture, it's like banging on the table and saying that this is how it is. So in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is the chanting of the holy names of the Lord. There is no other way, no other way, no other way. Come on, there are so many ways. Yes? Anyone? No other way, as direct, as simple, and as easy. to go back. You could start somewhere else. Ultimately, you have to come over here. devotional service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in the human society. Again, Srimad Bhagavatam. So, time and again, scripture after scripture, what is being said? Just remember the name of the Lord. Now you see why these Hare Krishnas are chanting all the time. When you go to temple, people are chanting. Go in the morning, they're chanting. Go in the afternoon, they're chanting. If they're not chanting, they're singing. Again, what? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. अरे ये लोगों को कुछ काम नहीं है, right? In Mumbai Chowpatty Temple, um, they were very closely surrounded by a very close living community, which was not Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna Mandir started in a very building, right? Oh my God. Morning, 4 o'clock, they get up and do Mangal Aarti and dancing ecstatically, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. And the residents would complain like anything. And like, we don't listen to you. We want to chant God's name. God will protect us. Do what you want. One fine day, man with big camera came. This was, my God, it was 20, 30 years back. Man with a huge camera came and he started recording very good when they're chanting ecstatically in the morning. And you know what happens in a spiritual program? When the camera is on you, you start even dancing better. Shouting even better. Right? Because अभी record हो रहा है यार. Name and fame time also आगे. Lord is happy with me. That's why I am on the screen. Okay. So these people started dancing up and down even more. And that was somebody sent a professional photographer to record this so that they can take them to the court. And the court, the video was repeated. 4 o'clock in the morning. These people, they are shouting, they are dancing. How can we sleep? Okay, the court said, okay, please, can you kind of move your timing to like 6 o'clock, not 4 o'clock? So the morning aarti shifted by time. So first chanting and then this thing. So the whole point is, it is so ecstatic that Hare Krishnas, all they want to do is Hare Krishna. So when we meet, what is the first thing we say? Hare Krishna Prabhu. We don't say Namaste. We don't say Salamu, Assalamu alaikum, whatever. We just say Hare Krishna. While leaving, okay, Hare Krishna. At home, when I call my wife, I don't say Hari Sunte Ho, Hari Bhagyavan. No, none of that. What do we say? Yeah, Hari Bol.
Really?
Hari Bol, means Bhagwan ka naam le. Hari Bol, yeah. So people don't say Hari Bol. So Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So every greeting, every bye bye, even गुस्सा भी आता है तो Hare Krishna. The whole idea is convert every word, every syllabus, so that at the point of death, even if it is by mistake, call Hare Krishna. So there was this Ajamila. Ajamila was a great Brahman in Satyuga. He went to the jungle to collect Yajna Samhita and he saw a romantic couple enjoying in the jungle. So he got curious and he started watching from behind the tree. It's like watching a movie. And he said, "Ye movie bahut acha hai." And then he said, "Oh, he came home and just continuously thinking about that lady. Finally, he got that lady. That was a kind of a for money type of business. So he got the lady home, kept her as a servant first, and then he got married to her, kicked out his wife, and basically his whole lifestyle changed. He's not taking care of parents, not taking care of wife, not taking care of only this new wife. And but he got a son from that lady. And because of the previous good karma he was doing well, he thought I'll put the name of my son as Narayan. And as time progressed and he was about to die, at the point of death, three Yamadutas appeared. He was so scared. He's calling his son, Narayana, Narayana, come, come. And the Vishnu Dutas, they heard the word Narayana. And the Vishnu Dutas came over there and they are fighting with the Yamadutas, saying that you cannot take this soul. He called our name. Narayana, the name he called. That means his all sins are perfect. Yamadutas is saying, my father, how do I explain you how sinful this person is? Please, this is our case. We need to take him and punish him like anything. Vishnudutta said, no. The very fact he said, Narayana, he's all perfect, get out. First time in their career, Yamaduttas had to go back to their boss, Yamraj, and say, Yamraja, do you have a boss? And Yamraj says, yes, I do have a boss. What happened? So this is what happened. Yes. Anyone takes the name of the Narayana, you have to vacate immediately, otherwise you will get beaten up like crazy. So, when this Ashamila woke up to the reality that I have been living a very sinful life, He immediately gave up on family life, went into the Haridwar Kashi, did tapasya. At the point of death, an aeroplane Viman came for him because they were chanting nicely Lord's names. He took a nice shower and did pranams to everybody and he climbed to the Vimana. He went back. Each one of us may think, ha, so I will enjoy like crazy. At the point of death, I just say, Hare Krishna. Yes? Well, it's not easy to die with spiritual name. That you can't run Olympic day one, right? You have to practice it, practice it, practice it. Then you can run in Olympic. At the point of death, the whole life runs like a movie in front of our eyes. So unless you are drenched in Hare Krishna, unless you are submerged, your thoughts conscious in some, you have read the books, you are in touch with devotees, you are not offending devotees, you are extremely humble, and you have achieved the Krishna Prema. There are stages of devotion, right? Adhav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivrutti, Ruchi, Nishtha, Bhava, Prema. Unless you have gone through these purificatory processes and stages, it is not an accident by which you can say Hare Krishna and go back. There is a sadhana siddha and there is a krupa siddha. Sadhana siddha means we follow our process so well that on the strength of our process and adherence we can go back. Kripa siddha is some devotee prays for us and our life becomes perfect. And by the way, our spiritual life is a result of somebody's prayers. So in life we have only two choices in spiritual life: grateful or grateful. Great cannot ever go back because they cannot become sadhana siddha. Without blessings, nothing works. Like your car works on electricity and fuel, spiritual life works on blessings and gratitude. Namrata, vinamrata, humility, gratitude, following the etiquettes, not being arrogant. Once your heart is soft, Krishna is a butter thief, he will enter your heart. But if your heart is hard, Krishna will not. So for Lord to appear in our heart has to be soft like a butter, for which we do the tapasya of being nice to everyone, even if everyone is nice to you. That is tapasya. In other yugas, you saw the process, right? In Kali Yuga, what is tapasya? Take Lord's name and tolerate people around you no matter what, even in temple. Devotional service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is the ultimate religious principle for the living entities in human society. Next. So book after book, and I can give way more number of scriptures. We have limited time, possibility for us. Yes, sir. Yes. So they did some scientific experiment also. They collected 30 boys and girls in Florida University, and they said, let's experiment if we regularly chant what happens. And the results are here. Next.
Disciplines recommend meditational practices such as silent meditation, silent recitation of mantras, and also the verbal repetition of specific mantras out loud. A clinical test of the benefits of mantra chanting was performed on 3 groups of 62 subjects, males and females of average age 25. They chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 25 minutes each day under strict clinical supervision. Results showed that regular chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra reduces stress and depression and helps reduce bad habits and addictions. These results formed a PhD thesis at Florida State University.
Next. So they did a study on Mahamantra group. They give a false mantra also, Coca-Cola, 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 and see what happens. And the control groups. So next. If whole life we have hundreds and thousands of people who actually say Hare Krishna every day, again and again and again, and nothing goes wrong. You think if we just say Coca-Cola, 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 it will be same? These names are imported, like imported things, right? Imported fragrances, imported equipment. Like that, this mantra is imported from spiritual world. That's why it works. Okay. So the results were highest. Next. So there is a sleepy zone, drowsiness zone, then there is a mantra zone, and then there is active zone. Right now we're in the active zone. Some of us are in the drowsy zone, but in between that beautiful stage is the Mahamantra zone where We can chant and be happy. Finished. And our brain works on different frequencies, and some people are able to calibrate these frequencies. Now, what is the power of this? Srila Prabhupada came, right, 1960s, and it was a very difficult situation. He came alone with 40 rupees, 3, 4 books printed, and not many connections, nobody waiting for him in the port. And he arrived like that. Luckily, one letter he had sent, those people had come to receive him. And he could have lived in a small village with the known contact, safe and sound. He said, "No, I am not here to be safe and sound. I am here to take the risk." So first he was in Vrindavan. If you live in Vrindavan and leave your body in Vrindavan, it is already perfect. For Prabhupada's own liberation, didn't have to do anything, but he wanted to help all of us in future. So that is why he stepped out of Vrindavan. He went to New York. For that, he went to the Scindia Corporation, where the bungalow is in Juhu, 10 minutes from where I grew up. I actually went and saw the bungalow. He said, "Give me a ticket to go to America." My spiritual master is saying, I should go to America and preach. And he went to America. Those are the days of hippies and civil war and fight going on. Civil war, not in the sense of that civil war where the slavery was abolished, but the whole society was up in arms against, we don't want this war with Vietnam, and let us be happy. And what government was doing? They're forcibly arresting all these youngsters in a draft and sending them to Vietnam War, where they didn't have good strategy. A lot of boys were dying. So these children, age 16, 17, 18, were leaving their homes, parents, society, religion, everything, and clubbing themselves in New York and SFO, saying that we want peace, we don't want war, and we'll figure out our own life, to the point we are so tired of this society, we'll not trust anybody more than 30 years of age. And Prabhupada was 60, 65. But they said, but this old man looks like he really wants to care for us. So they would listen to Prabhupada. So Prabhupada came, and on one Tompkins Square, under one tree, after trying a little bit and feeling frustrated, he said, "Okay, Krishna, either reveal your magic to me or what, you know." So he sat under a tree, closed his eyes, and he started chanting, "Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna." And he went on like that for an hour or two. When he opened his eyes and came out of the trance, what he sees as he was surrounded by dozens and dozens of young Americans, girls and boys, who brought their own equipment, and they were also joined. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So he felt it's the reciprocation of Krishna. Krishna has tested him, and Krishna wants to help. Even when he was coming by that ship, he had 3 heart attacks, but Krishna came in his dream saying that, I'm rowing your boat, you don't worry. Even the Guru Parampara members had come to his dream saying that you just write the books that you wanted to write, we'll take care of the rest. So this whole Hare Krishna process is not ordinary. It is being driven by the angels in the Guru Parampara in the right direction, so that it will keep growing. Result, because result is important. Now, if our child is not brushing teeth properly, every day we will come say, "Arey Baba, you are wasting so much of toothpaste. Some toothpaste is left on the toothbrush. And I have to tell you every day, please brush your toothpaste, morning, evening." Small habit change, it's like breaking your head, right? But these hippies, which were full of drugs and alcohol and sense gratification, their number only rule in life was to not follow any rule. They started helping Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, okay, tomorrow morning we are supposed to give a class. Prabhupada said, of course, I'll come and give the class. Prabhupada goes into a community of hippies. To Prabhupada's shock, that whole community has one rule: no clothes. Nobody's wearing clothes. And they all sit in front of Prabhupada like a crowd, and Prabhupada is giving class. Can you imagine this? What if you were there in what class you'll give, right? You'll be like, how do I handle this? Prabhupada was mind controlled. He gave the class that anyway, this body is like a garment on the top of this soul. So now you are wearing a garment on the top of the garment, it is your choice. So he made them comfortable. He did not make them uncomfortable. When he entered that camp, one boy was sitting on the tree, jumped and came in front of him and greeted him first. Later on, that boy, naked boy, he went on to become a top monk in ISKCON. And we don't reveal his name because that's too much. Right now, he's a highly respected monk. Thousands of people are following him. But the starting point was like this. And the power came from where? The power came from Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Next group. Yes, group.
So ISKCON was established in the US or it was established in the India?
So Prabhupada, when he started first,
Uh-huh.
his Guru Maharaj had given him clear instruction. Go to the Western world and preach. Your English is really good. You go to the Western world and preach. Right? Even his Guru Maharaj is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
Mhm.
He had 10,000 disciples and he had given that instruction to everybody. He even sponsored a couple of monks to go to UK and said, we'll run all your expenses. Please preach Hare Krishna. They came back empty-handed, not one person converted. Okay. And everybody was saying, maybe, it is in the scriptures, it is written that every town, every village, Hare Krishna will be famous. But looks like that world means India. People started making meaning like that. So when Prabhupada's god brother, means another disciple of his guru, he was saying, I don't think this is going to be like really worldwide. It doesn't look like. We are just stuck in Bengal. We are not going to be really propagating this around the world. Then Prabhupada, while walking down the steps, he said, one fool surrendered to Bhakti Siddhanta, means his guru. Fool, that is a way to be humble, to say, I'm a fool in front of my guru. One fool surrendered to Bhakti Siddhanta will make it true. Prabhupada is saying that before anything happened, okay? He's just a grahastha. Nobody knows ISKCON is going to be there. And then walk few more steps and turn around and said, and that will not be you. In case this guy is thinking, maybe that is me, that I'm going to do it. You are not going to do that. And Prabhupada was doing his family life properly. His godbrothers who were monks, they said we should invite him into monkhood. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said, at the right time, he will do the right thing. Don't worry about it. So people with higher intelligence already know what game they were playing, right? Say, for example, you are a highly learned Hare Krishna. I planted you like a student, right? Other people will also think you are a student. You are asking questions. But when we sit for 16 rounds of chanting, others are struggling with first round, second round, you will close your eyes and finish your rounds nicely and everybody is surprised. Yes. Like that, in the Hare Krishna movement, few souls are placed from the top, like Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj. So they are God placed to help the whole movement upwards. One thing I can guarantee, I am not one of those. So your question is, it started in USA or India? Prabhupada tried it in India, got no success. He went to this is Jhansi. He created a league of devotees, no success. Finally, he said, "Okay, I have tried my way of becoming a spiritual thing. Let me follow Guru's instruction." After decades of the instruction, he tried to follow Guru's instruction. It became a grand success out of blue. So yes, he came to New York. He established ISKCON in New York first time as a worldwide organization, and with nothing in hand.
So UK didn't happen, right?
Then this white students, these youngsters, 18, 19-year-old children, they said, we will go to UK and we will install it. We will go to New Zealand. We will put it on.
Oh.
We will go to Russia. We will
Spread
put it
that.
on. So these youngsters, they went around the world preaching. They are very inspirational stories, which I can tell you as I complete the syllabus. So it then went around the world. It came to India also. In India, he brought the same students back. Indians get very charmed with whites. Right? So Prabhupada said, I got these white elephants so that Indians will accept the spirituality. Yes, it was meant for us to get better, the whole world to get better, but this is how it happened. That's Lord's way. Like the seeds that are fried in a pan lose their potency to sprout, the harmful karmic reactions lose their power to act by the power of the holy names of Krishna. What happens? No matter what sins we have done, I am saying no matter. When we chant Hare Krishna, just like a seed has the ability to become a tree or a plant, but if we stir fry that seed, what happens? It cannot become a tree anymore. So our sins are also in the seed format. It is not fructified. Like one fine day you get a news, certain person died like this and certain person died like that. Well, karmically it was coming, but it was in the seed form before. Like that, whatever reactions are coming to us in future, they are the seed form, they'll get burnt out by this holy name. That is the power of chanting the holy name. Is anything that is bad supposed to happen in future, which has not happened yet? What if I am born squinted? By chanting Hare Krishna, I become straight eyed? No, that is not in the seed form. That is the manifested form. So manifested karma is harder to change, but one that is not manifested will get burnt out very quickly. Yes, that is the first benefit. Next. Relief from unwanted material desires. Automatically, when your mind becomes strong, automatically you don't have to worry about I want this, I want that. I want this, I want that. That whole business of I want this, I want that, on which whole gambling industry runs, whole sin industry runs, whole alcohol industry runs, whole Las Vegas runs. It runs on people who are not mind controlled. It is not our problem anymore. Even if you go to Las Vegas, you'll be in your room, you attend your technical conference, you'll carry the dabba for yourself, you'll eat, and you'll chant your Hare Krishna 16 rounds and come back. Right? At the most, you'll dance on the streets of Las Vegas, Hare Krishna, and say, look, in the middle of Sin City, I am establishing Hare Krishna. And there is a Hare Krishna temple there also. Can you imagine how difficult it is? Hare Krishna means no onion, no garlic, right? Nothing bad doing. And they're putting a temple in Las Vegas and trying to attract people into that also. That is the confidence we have in the power of the Mahamantra. Next. So we can go through this faster. Many people are saying, wow, this works. Right? Keep going. Emma Malini, at least, we know she's a Hare Krishna. This is Mafatlal Industries. Next. George Harrison was. George Harrison and his team, Beatles, they were treated like gods in their times. On his birthday, he would get Royal Mail 7 trucks full of greeting cards. Raise your hand if you get 7 trucks full of greeting cards on your birthday. Right? They're so popular that if they go out and perform in public, people would try to get a thread out of their sweater, something, piece of their cloth, hair, anything as a souvenir. And for that, their life would be at risk because people are so crazy. People would faint looking at them. So they started only producing the records rather than doing public performances. No hall was enough to accommodate the crowd. They started this idea of using stadiums for performance came from Beatles. One of their members made a comment, we are more famous in our living times than Jesus was famous in his lifetime. Oh my God. There was so much of reaction to that statement that a lot of people were burning their records saying that, oh, you are saying something against Jesus. We're burning it. Look at the situation, right? So they were so famous, so good. And this guy, so there were 6, at the risk of running out of time, if you're ready, but we can start giving the plates, man. If they are ready, yeah. So 3 couples, okay? Yamuna Devi and her husband. So there are 3 couples who came to Prabhupada, age like 19, 20. Prabhupada, we will go and preach to George Harrison. If he accepts Hare Krishna, whole Europe and whole Western world will accept Hare Krishna. Prabhupada said, do it. No problem. Yeah. They had a 6-month-old baby. Prabhupada gave gulab jamun to the 6-month-old baby. He said, go, no problem. Now, these hippies didn't have money. To enter England, you have to show that you have some money. So they collected the money, wired it into their bank account. When the first family went in, said, yeah, we have money, can we come in? And they said, yeah, of course, please. One family let in, they wire the money back. Second family comes in. We have money. They wire the money back. Third family comes in. And they again wire the money back. These people are without money in the winters of England, living in the cardboard boxes, looking for meeting with George Harrison. who is like Devata. He has so much of money, so much of fame, studios, everything, surrounded by security, hard to meet with him. And these people are trying to find how to meet with him. Finally, in one public performance somewhere, they find a moment to meet with him. They go directly say, George, we are Hare Krishnas. What should the George say? I was waiting for you guys.
Really?
And he has been chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra somehow even before times. So who knows who places who, what arrangements are happening. But George Harrison says he gives them a mansion to live. And because George had, then he publishes a song that says, Oh my Lord, it's hard to see you. That type of song he writes. I can send you the song. Um, and the whole this counterculture, hippies, they come to know George Harrison is following Hare Krishna. They all jump in. We want to become Hare Krishna also. He's giving mansion after mansion after mansion because it is becoming houseful. Then another one houseful, another one houseful. He's providing whatever is required. It's like a full challenge. Then the next thing that happens is Krishna book is coming out. So Krishna book is coming out first time. Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Yamuna. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu was the chief. The 6 people. Prabhupada says, "Can you go to George Harrison and ask for $20,000 in those days? $20,000 because we want to print and release Krishna book." And Shyam Sundar says, "So far, George Harrison has given us everything without asking for anything." Yes, please carry on, Ritaji. George Harrison has given us everything without asking. I feel really awkward to ask something, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, Go because I'm asking. So Shyam Sundar Prabhu goes. He is hosted for a dinner by George Harrison. During the dinner time, Shyam Sundar Prabhu brings up the topic. Prabhupada has said, if you can have $20,000, we can use for printing the Krishna book. And George Harrison goes in a thought process because this is the first time Hare Krishnas are asking him for money and he's not giving it proactively. Yes. The moment he goes into thought process, that whole area loses the electricity and there is a lightning thunder sound. And then the light comes back. And George says, I think Krishna wants me to give it. And he gives the $20,000. So it is very miraculous in terms of how things happen. It's one miracle after another miracle after another miracle. So we can talk about miracles. Now this is Alfred Ford. Ford family, yes. You see, Amit Shah recently went to Mayapur, Sridham. I can send you the video on that. And he appreciated the whole project. It is already more than $100 million in budget. And a lot of money is already there. And much of that is given by the Ford. And also ordinary people like us also. And everybody can give a little bit because it's a beautiful project. This Ford, when he first time went to Hare, is a hippie. When he meet with Prabhupada, Prabhupada asked him very simple question. He's Mr. Ford, who created the Ford company, was not alive anymore. Right? He's in the family. Prabhupada asked, where is Mr. Ford right now? One question. He became a devotee. He said, really speaking, he lived a great life, but I do not know where he is today, what situation he is in. Is he in hell? Is he in heaven? I do not know. So I need to know how to chart life after death. He became a Hare Krishna and he sponsored in a big way the biggest temple that's coming up. Next. Oh, Gaurav not here. So this is the mantra we say every day 16 times. First mantra is for saying it once before you start chanting, right? These are the personalities which took incarnation. Krishna took incarnation in Kali Yuga only 500 years back in Bengal, where that is a mantra to invoke the blessings of the Kali Yuga incarnation of Krishna, which is Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurav Bhakta Urunda. So detailed explanation will come later. Right now, just try to remember that there is something like that. Panchatattva mantra that he said. And then we say Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 times, 16 malas. We can do that. You want to take a photo? I can get out of your way. But you'll be getting the video out of it. Or I can just send you the snapshot. So this is the mantra. Now, usually after completing this class for 5 minutes, we chant, but we cannot chant and eat at the same time. Both are spiritual processes. Eating Mahaprasadam is also a spiritual process. Chanting is also a spiritual process. So what we'll do, we will move our chanting to the next session. For 7 minutes, we'll chant. We have a nice mala that we use. If you are interested in the mala, I can bring one for you also. Tulsi mala. Power of Tulsi mala is such that if your mind is not in control, or if you are thinking something, that will come true. You understand? For example, see, our mind can be friend or enemy. So if your mind is not in control and you say, start chanting and you say something bad thought comes, the bad thought also becomes real. So you want to chant on not Tulsi Mala, but a Neem Mala, where initially you practice your mind to become more stable. At the point of getting the Diksha or initiation, you are given a Tulsi Mala. So raise your hand if I can bring a mala for you. I'm just going to show you how to use it. Only one? Mala like this. Gentleman, it's like this. Yes. You have? Okay, then bring it next time. Those who have it, bring it. Others, I'll have one for you. 108. Yeah. And now, this is the Guru, Krishna. Everybody got it? Awesome. Gaurav. Gaurav. Okay. So this is the Guru, Krishna, and others are, you can say 108 Upanishads, you can say 108 Gopis. There are many ways to understand the power of 108. But now what you're doing is, right? So put this one finger out and use your thumb on this mala, right? Like this. And first we say, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. That is a way to clear up any mistakes we do and still get the full spiritual credits, right? And then one bead is equal to Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now, we don't have to say the whole mala together, but because we are here to start, just say it once with me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just for practice one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Like that we say 108 times. We can speak it loudly. We can whisper or we can say it in our mind also. The initial recommendation is speak at a volume the person sitting next to you can hear. Why? Otherwise mind is very tricky. That is again a science, how to chant properly. But that is the starting point. The good news about chanting, the only rule about chanting is there is no rule about chanting. You can do it in the morning, afternoon, evening. You can do it in the sleep. You can do it before shower, after shower, while you are out on the street, waiting in the elevator, taking a shower. Does not matter. You can take this mantra anytime, anywhere, because it is made for Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, there are no higher expectations. Let's start the prasadam. Start eating the prasadam. I'll keep talking.
That's for
I
put it for you.
no, I don't want to. Okay. So we have the summary session. We went through this. While we're eating and chit chatting, let's talk about what is your reflection, or you have any questions. I just want to study. Maybe quick announcement. Hare Krishna. So, if you're comfortable, I'll switch on the focus on you and let's talk about either. Do you have any questions first? Yes.
Why Neem Mala?
Why Mala?
Yeah, Tulsi, you already told.
Why Neem Mala?
Neem Mala, yeah.
Okay, okay. Good question.
But we have a Rudraksh Mala as well. I have seen many people use that. In fact, I have the Rudraksh Mala.
Right.
Why Neem? I never heard the Neem Mala.
Yes, yes. The reason we don't give Tulsi first is because it's extremely powerful.
Correct.
So Neem is a neutral way to get there as a practice. It's like you get your color pichkari first, the gun, then you get the air gun first, then you get your real gun. No? If you give the real gun in the hand of the child, what will happen? Materially, we might be CXOs, entrepreneurs, engineers, scientists. Spiritually, I still might be a baby. So it is important to not give very powerful thing in the hands of practicing person. It should be a person who's practiced. Yes, that is why need. It's a age-old tradition running.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? If no questions, let's talk about reflections. You have a question? Okay. So let's talk about reflections. We'll start from our right side.
Chant more and be happy.
Chant more, be happy. Very easy. Huh? Yes, Mataji.
I'm also introduced to chanting here, so I just find the concept interesting.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. What's your name again? Apurva. And your name, Prabhu?
Aditya.
Aditya. Yes. Sanvi, what do you like today?
I like the day that when like gold will not make you happy and only chanting will make
What is the first thing will not make you happy?
gold money.
Gold.
Money.
Yes. See, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was giving a class to the bankers in England, right? And he was like, all the good things in life are free. And so the one guy said very nicely that it's good to know that money cannot buy everything. It's still good to have money for the things money can buy, though. House, car, basics. Yes. So gold will not make you perfectly and ultimately happy, right? But chanting will make you perfectly and ultimately happy. Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, it's all about chanting, but instead of chanting, we can do that seva and books we can read like Bhagavad Gita and chanting is more important if we feel like if you want to feel joy, if you want to feel happy, we can do chanting. So and yeah, so
Very nice. Thank you. You brought up a very good question. What is the meaning of the Mahamantra? The meaning of the Mahamantra is, O Lord, engage me in your service. Hare, Krishna, and a Rama. Only 3 words in it. Ram means ultimate satisfaction. Krishna means ultimate attraction. And Hare is the energy of God, which can be seen as Radharani. It can be seen as her expansions also. So, O energy of the Lord, please engage me in the service of the Lord. So, when we chant, we're asking for service. That is how we do the service, because we got the service because of chanting. So, chanting and service goes hand in hand. They amplify each other well. If you ask for service, but the service opportunity comes, you did not use that opportunity, then you did not take full benefit of your chanting because you got the service opportunity that was not used. Clear? Thank you, Mataji. Yes, Prabhu.
My name is Lokesh, and my key takeaway is like how to be happy. Just be happy, whatever it is, which is a bad or a worst. It is up to the God. If it is good for you, say to the God. If it is worst, say that okay, it is not more worst. So just thanks to the God. The other thing is about demonstrating the love. We have to demonstrate the love if we love. And to demonstrate the love for a God is one way is the chanting, and another way is the akarma, which is the very important one, where we have to serve the people so that we can show our respect and demonstrate the love for the God.
Very nice. See, everyone is an expansion of God. So by serving others, we are serving in a way God will also be pleased. So while remembering God as a service to God, for pleasing God, we are taking care of other people. Yes, very nice. Because other people may get nasty with us and we still continue the service.
Yeah.
Like sometimes we could come to the classes, the students will blast us like anything. Hey, कुछ भी बता रहा है, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता है. But we are serving God, we are pleasing God in the process. If we get busted also, that's okay. Because it's not about making that person happy. The person will become happy by following the process if they decide to follow the process. We are just explaining the process as an opportunity to become happy. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Mother.
Krishna Prabhu. My name is Kaveri and the Mahamantra. So today's class was, every class that I come, it is one step closer to me knowing that I'm on the right path and to just continue chanting. Even if my mind wanders, just chant, don't give up chanting. So that is what the class was about. That's my reflection.
Thank you. Utsaha, Nischay, and Dharya. Enthusiasm and
Uh,
Nischay.
Nischay and Dharya.
Dharya. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Viraj Prabhu.
Viraj, it is like the application of what we've been learning and what we've been
Mhm.
discovering, the actual and the perpetual way of staying happy or like higher way of living. And this was one of the applications I would say that was very helpful in because mind keeps wandering. We keep listening things, seeing things which we don't want to even in like daily life. And one, I'm sure everyone practices trying to stay focused on better things or something, but what actually like what does that even mean? Like what do we have to do when you say we are focused? So chanting benefits of it scientifically backed was very helpful for me and definitely make it even more uh, habit of chanting.
Very nice. Thank you, Viraj Prabhu.
Yeah, my name is Shubham. I think from the key takeaway for me was like practice as much as you can. Like, just maybe just be happy or like give service or like whatever. Chanting and like, taking the God's name in every breath as possible. So that whenever the final times come, final time come, it's like, you don't need to like do it at a push, but it comes automatically. So it's like make your life, like make everything bring everything in your practice like that like it's not force.
Very nice. Thank you. Your name again?
Shubham.
Shubham. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, I did.
Will you come again?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
My name is Vital, and I was my key takeaway was the different types of practices you mentioned for self-realization. So we have to be in the company of Association of Saints, and then we have to do the chanting. Then we also have to take care of our diet, and we have to serve. So all those 5 things that we have to do on our path to spiritual realization. So that was my main key takeaway from this.
Very nice. Thank you.
My name is Rakesh Ranjan. For me, the key takeaway, I was started thinking when you asked the question, do we know how many NGOs are there which is serving? We never paid attention to this question. And then I thought, yeah, really, many. So service is the natural form of a human nature that shows this way, right? And even if when we donate to somebody, when somebody is in need, it gives ultimate happiness. So service is definitely one thing that I learned. And also remembering the God name, chanting Nam Japa, every time making ourselves in a practice so that if I'm unconscious or something or come to the consciousness, I will remember I have to call the name so that it will be always attached to me, stick with me. That's my key takeaway.
Very good points. Very good points. Amazing. Yes, Prabhuji.
Uh, So I really loved the example about service that you told that even billionaires and millionaires, they have to serve someone. Everybody has this tendency to do service. And you give that example that a billionaire was walking and he's actually trying to serve his dog. So similarly, like everybody has this service tendency, and the supreme service tendency, get it fulfilled, is to chant the Mahamantra. And you give us
Thank you.
give various evidences from the scriptures. And in one of the evidences, it says there's no other way, no other way, no other way. So that sort of summarizes like this is the highest culmination of like all the spiritual practices as chanting of Hare Krishna mantra and culmination of what doing of devotional service, and that will really help us in the end when we are no more in this material world. That that process of chanting will help us go back.
Very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It's a very nice session today. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So I just learned basic ABCD, association, close reading, chanting, diet, and engagement in service. That's pretty much core of this birthday. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you so much. With that, this session comes to an end. And we again thank you for listening to this most important session, because what we learned is the Kali Yuga Dharma. In Kali Yuga, what we can do. And there is so much to discuss that if I send you a website where there are like maybe millions of classes, ultimately they will expand on what we are talking, not conflict with it. I can send you, but you can get lost. So if you just trust that what we are telling you is the essence of the essence of the essence, but the best way to try it is to actually try chanting and see how you feel. Try 21 days only chanting for one mala anytime in the day, preferably in the morning. If you don't see the difference, money back guarantee. It's a free course anyways, right? All right. With